the new game. It is on Mega Random, which is your favorite map, and we've
Yes, it
got
is.
Slavs versus Mongols.
Yes.
Okay.
And Google knows me by now. They're like, hey, you type Mongols. Did you mean Mongols AoE too? And I'm like, yes, I did.
Aha, interesting. Okay. Um, so on Twitch, if you go in and change from 720p to 2K, then you'll be able to see the clear. I was watching it on my
Yes.
iPad and it was blurry as you were saying, but that was because Twitch is streaming.
Ah, yeah, this is a lot better.
Okay, cool. So this is technically game 4, but we are going to cast this as game 3 because game 3 was played on a different patch and I have to figure out how to recreate that game with the right patch or maybe get a video from Synapse. We'll sort that out later. But this is game 3 of Bragging Rights Cup being played between Synapse and Butcher. For more information for the live viewers, just do exclamation BRC and you'll get the details for what the Bragging Rights Cup is about. This is game 3, Mega Random, Synapse as Mongols, Slavs for Butcher, and I've got Logic casting this game with me, who will walk us through the map, a little bit on the civs, and I will start the game through Dark Age while Logic walks us through the details of the civs and the map.
Cool. Let's do this. So while the game starts, actually, can we look at the map since this is mega random? If you just zoom out a little bit, we'll get a good idea of how the map gen is. So, okay, so there's a river with one crossing, so you can wall that up, right? But obviously, anybody can transport ship over. There's not a lot of fish, just a couple in there, so that's not very great. Blue, which is Synapse, has his berries forward because, as always, he gets a terrible map gen. His one gold is on the right, which is defensible, and the other two are way in the front. Looking at Butcher, he has one gold inside his base, which is great. His berries are up front as well, which sucks for him. Where are the other two golds for Butcher? I see one really, really in front. Oh, and one is on the side. Got it. One is on the side on his left. Yeah. So yeah, so his goals are a little further away, so that kind of sucks for him as well. And then wood, we can see this map is sparse on wood, so they will have to be careful, especially with the clumpiness of wood. So for whoever goes archers, it will be a tad tough. We see the nice group of ostriches. I hope they take it, especially Mongols, right? That would be amazing for them. Like they can really, really eat that. I'm seeing three camels walking around, so I'm guessing they got three scouts in this instead of one, which is kind of awesome. Then they can, just get a lot of visibility. Except that Mongols get that bonus that Scout Cav has extra line of sight, which I am guessing doesn't apply here. So yeah, very interesting map gen. Kind of like Arabia, less wood, and only one path to cross across. So that'll be interesting to see if they wall it up or not, and if anybody does a transport ship play.
So I see three. Oh, is and we see I was going to comment that I only see two scouts for Butcher out on his map, and it seems like he lost the third one, went under TC fire, and Synapse with his quick reflexes was able to take out the third one.
Yeah, in
Uh,
fact, I almost said there was a red sheep lying there, and because Butcher, I'm guessing, is anti-laming, he decided not to take it. I totally would have. So yeah, let's see. Let's talk about bonuses, right? So for Mongols, we all know Cav Archer is the best thing with along with Mangudai. So the Cav Archer fights faster. The light Cav line has way more HP. Hunters work faster. My guess is that hunters mean everything related to animals, so boar and sheep and ostriches and everything. And if you scroll down a little bit south, Fatal, you will see that sorry, not in this one, in one of them. I think Blue is taking on all the ostriches over there. So he's going to have some really, really good hunt. If you look at, yeah, right there. See? So one thing that Blue is doing that's suboptimal is that you should have 4 villagers per ostrich. That minimizes the number of trips. With Goths, it's number of 3. It's 3 per because of carry capacity. So what's happening is that the top ostrich he has, this one you see, right? All 4 are willing to eat it. Oh man, that's such terrible placement. So his house unfortunately is blocking his villagers. and it's going to be hard to see. And now you see those three, they're going back to finish off the last little bit in that ostrich, and now they'll walk back again. Just give it, if you click on that ostrich, see exactly what I said, right? In the time it took four to eat it, three are able to just go back for that. So that's a lot of wasted time. That's why you always put four per ostrich or deer. So yeah, just
I
some
think it's
fun
just one of those game bugs where even if you put four, like you saw
Mhm.
here, there were four. He
Mhm.
probably right clicked them for
Yeah.
the various hunt. One just decided that he is going to be an overachiever.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy right
My
here.
guess is actually I think that was manually done, because I don't think if you the units would always go for the ones next to it. I feel he manually did that to get the second one and then just move the other three. So he's manually shooting it actually.
Maybe it
So
could be, or this guy just
yeah,
wanted all the girls.
that is possible. That well, you remember the T90 video, right, where the guys separated all the guys and girls,
Yeah.
and girls stayed next to the TC. The guys went out hunting. So yeah, I think that's the main thing. And then, obviously they get some faster siege and so on, and that's Mongols for you.
We
Uh,
see Butcher's already walling.
yeah.
He is also grabbing the ostriches as well. Compared to what Synapse was doing, Butcher has five on an ostrich, which I guess is not a bad thing because you'll just take whatever is left off or as much as you can.
Correct, correct. Yeah, so five on ostriches is overkill, right? It's just essentially the waste of one villager. So you could have gone, taken that villager and put it on a farm or something, or maybe he's queuing them up there so that once he gets to eight, it's a little faster. So either ways, right? One, like the ideal number is four. You can go a little higher or a little lower, I guess.
Butcher is two villagers ahead at the moment, and I guess that's probably the TC idle time that's being reflected here. Two villagers is about the time that Synapse is probably behind.
Mhm. Yeah.
Synapse is already clicked up on 18. This is an interesting build, and he has sneaked his scout right behind red,
Uh-huh.
and he's clicking up. So 18 pop Mongols. Do we expect scouts to be out?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, 18 pop is really, really early, right? If you actually look at the butcher side of the map, there's a lot of blue dots there. I wonder what those are.
Scout 1,
Let's go. Two,
Scout
okay.
2,
Yeah, I don't know if
and
it's just strategic or he just
and then
forgot.
Scout 3.
Yeah, I don't know if that's strategic or he just forgot. So, actually, that's four, right? I guess there are
Yeah.
four camels.
So 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
How did how did
Yeah,
Synapse get four scouts?
maybe it started with four. We couldn't tell. Fatal, while you casting, I just need to head out for a quick sec. I'll be right back.
Yep. We are
If
right
you,
now. Yeah, go do what you have to do. Synapse is in feudal age. Does he have any military buildings being produced? Don't see any. Am I missing something? Two lumber camps, barracks, and there we go. The first stable out. And we have Butcher who has clicked up to feudal. I think this a few seconds that was spent on dropping the, and I'm going to assume that it is the wood because the wood is slowly trickling in. I think Synapse was looking for early pressure. I believe there's a hole here, or I guess it doesn't matter. The whole thing's a hole. I think Butcher decided against walling the front and decided to wall the rest of the base, and should have the base fully walled before the first scout from Synapse comes out. He's queued up his scout now, and we've got a few walls remaining here and some walls remaining here. I wonder if Synapse is going to queue any of the blacksmith upgrades for the scout, or try to make more than one scout. The first scout's out. Butcher's in feudal as well. Is Butcher dropping his first building? I don't see Butcher dropping his first military. There we go, it's a stable. And no, doesn't seem like Butcher is expecting Synapse to come with anything because he has not queued up any pikes, or maybe Butcher is like, I'm fully walled, so I don't really need to invest the resources there. The scouts unable to get in. Some idle time on these villagers here. Idle time on this villager here. Synapse's scout not being able to do much, even though Synapse was in feudal at least 45 seconds before. Villager count, Butcher is slowly creeping ahead with 29 to 25 vills. Doesn't seem like Butcher is reacting to Synapse's scout push. He continues to make a defensive scout and no pikes. Also seems like Synapse, realizing that Butcher is fully walled, is not committing to a lot in the feudal age. Synapse's base is fairly open. I think he should wall this at this point because he's not being able to do any feudal push. He should just wall the base as much as possible to avoid pressure. Oh, interesting. We see the dock out and grabbing some shorefish. 2 scouts with no upgrades from Butcher. Synapse loses his scout, not being walled. Now these scouts are probably going to harass a little bit. Oh my, this is super unfortunate. Synapse had a second scout, but the scout is caught between the stone, the stable, and the blacksmith. The other scout sneaks out, probably decided to be berthed away from the choke, and as expected, Butcher causing some, not as much damage, but just harassing Synapse's wills a little bit. Synapse tried to do the quick wall but wasn't able to get it up. 2 scouts, nothing else. Synapse decides to queue into Spearmen to react. 36 villagers for Butcher, 30 for Synapse. I think Synapse will be clicking up soon, and that's Castle Age is probably where Synapse is expecting to cause some damage, because he is choosing not to wall, which means he is comfortable with pressure or being raided. Nobody on stone so far for Synapse. Butcher dropping his second. Oh, it's a market. I thought it was the second TC. It's a market. Getting some stone. Most likely Butcher, floating a lot of gold, is going to buy castle upgrade. He has 10 on gold, so he is floating a lot of gold. Synapse's will balance seems a little bit more proportional at the moment. I wonder if Butcher just dropped a garrison point on the gold mine and everybody's just going to gold. Yep. Next villager coming in, going to gold. Butcher buys Castle Age. Synapse is 7 vills behind and an age behind. Looks like Synapse clicked up. But there we go. Capture Age is now showing the fact that Synapse is also clicked up. No early aggression, not a lot happening in Feudal Age. Castle Age is where people seem to be, where the players seem to have decided that they're going to cause some damage. Butcher coming in with Bloodlines, which means the cavalry will be able to attack more. Synapse walling in his wood villagers with some quick walls. Not committing a lot to making any army while on the way to Castle Age. I wonder if Synapse should have gotten this stone to free the scout. Butcher still floating a lot of gold. He can probably buy more stuff and commit to more cav units. He is getting his first armor for the cav as well. It's interesting to see that Butcher is getting the stone, Synapse is getting the stone mining upgrade. I think he realizes that he needs a lot of stone very quickly, and so did the upgrade so that he can get a defensive castle or a tower soon. And he probably sees that Butcher has hit castle. Butcher still only with one, no, I think there are 2 stables. 2 stable night production from Butcher. Bloodlines for Synapse as well, with 2 spearmen. Hasn't queued up the pike upgrade. A sneaky villager from Synapse to tower the gold. I think this tower could have been a little bit more aggressive. Could as well just range the entire mine. Maybe he will get fletching. That might extend the range. Synapse not reacting with the one scout could have harassed this villager. No reaction from Synapse. Let's see what happens. Butcher deciding to get aggressive, sends in the knights on one side and drops a tower on the other side. Scout's not going to be able to do much. Scout's going to be cleaned up. 3 knights, 4th on the way. This is starting to look like Synapse is going to struggle a little bit under pressure. We're going to lose these 3 villagers. There is a hole in the wall, which I'm pretty sure Synapse was not expecting. Synapse quick reaction time gets fletching, so the knights are going to no gold here. This is turning out to be rough for Synapse. He's going to lose all these gold villagers, the tower, and between the knights. Is there another gold mine that Synapse is taking? Not at the moment. He only has this gold mine that is not exposed. This gold mine is restricted. This one's restricted. This one's fairly exposed as the knights are trickling in. A lot of idle time on the TC. A lot of economy on hold right now. Another villager is going to go down. One pike trying to do its best. This is starting to look rough for Synapse. Synapse converting to...
Hey, I'm back.
Synapse is trying to defend against this pressure. So I will pause the game. Logic, to bring you up to speed.
Yes, please.
Not a lot happened in Feudal Age. Both Synapse did get to Feudal early, but he did not have enough wood for his stable. And by the time he had his first scout out, Butcher was fully evolved, so there wasn't much that Synapse could do, even though he reached Feudal early. And by that time, Butcher dropped a market. He was floating a lot of gold. He still is floating a lot of gold. Butcher bought Castle. He reached Castle before Synapse. Sent one villager forward to drop a tower to restrict this gold mine, and then started trickling in these knights, and these knights blocked all of the gold and as you can see, put Synapse's economy on hold. Synapse hasn't even taken the berries here. I guess he was prioritizing the hunt. There's another tower coming, and then there are a lot of knights. So that's kind of what's happening. Synapse under a lot of pressure with all these knights. I'm pretty sure that all these villagers that are trying to escape are going to die.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the wrong side of it. I mean, the best way is wall yourself in. He's good at quick walling. I hope he can bring them together and just quick wall yourself inside. But yeah, this game is heading to be done. I guess the biggest issue here is that with map awareness, which Synapse did have, he needed to wall the river. Like that wouldn't have helped because Butcher still has a dock, but it would have helped a little bit.
Oh, that's Synapse's dock.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you're right. So then, yeah. So I think the main thing is if he would have just walled off that choke point, right, he would have survived. Because yeah, I think the other part was I think going 18 wills was a little hungry. 20. Like I think Franks do 19 pump scouts. So yeah, but maybe Mongols have something that we don't know. Let's see. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, the villager difference is pretty high. Let's see how Synapse reacts. Synapse reacts to the pressure. At this point, I think Butcher is just.
Oh my god, those wills escaped! I can't believe it.
Yes, Synapse got really lucky. So about 7 knights.
Look at the will difference, right? It's 34 to 56.
7 knights. No stone for Synapse. No gold at the moment for Synapse. He's 0 on gold. He is floating a lot of gold.
Oh, that's if you notice with the knights, there's a secret. A hidden passageway between the stable and
there is a hole in this wall, which is another unfortunate
Yeah, and you see why Butcher's being so smart, right? He's going out to the barracks so that pikes can't hit him. Right, and I think that's the thing. Like, if you know, and that's why I guess Butcher went. Oh, yeah, I don't think we ever actually discussed slabs. But slabs, get faster farms, cheaper siege, and the main thing is, yeah, and then they can eventually get some good bonuses from their castle. But yeah, I mean, he just went with Cap. It's working out. Synapses too. The main thing is, I would have not made knights because he probably has upgrades and you don't. I would have just gone into pikes, defended, and see, one pike is making him run away, which is also silly because he has 6 knights. Like, he would have easily killed that pike. But I would have just made 2 barracks, made a bunch of pikes, walled up with a stone wall, and just boom. Right, the will difference is really hurting him.
I have a
Right, if you
feeling
see,
Butcher's just regrouping and waiting for a
yeah.
castle drop. He's floating enough stone for a castle.
Ah,
This
yes,
is
that's his
interesting.
favorite thing to do. What is
Synapse
Synapse?
realizing that, trying to get the remaining 200 stones so with all these villagers so he can defend.
Yeah, I mean, I would just buy it if you think Stone Castle is that important, which it actually is, right? I would have put
Oof.
it right on where his pikeman is. Like, that's where there's a little bit of a hill bonus as well. And yeah, yeah. The main thing is wills, right? As we know in Castle Age, the most important thing is wills and an extra TC. And I guess he's obviously prioritizing the stone because yeah, there you go. That's Butcher. Yeah,
And
the
we
main thing.
have a castle drop emoji. I think I created a castle drop emote for Twitch. Let me see if I can pull that up in Twitch chat. Hopefully, I get my own emotes.
Yeah, I wish he had just bought a castle. And I think it's basically about playing the game naturally versus reacting to situations, right? And understanding, like, he has 5 knights, which is actually pretty useful, right? But the butcher has 12 or 14, right? If you click on them, we can actually see the upgrades. Oh, that's such a bad fight. Don't take it. Don't take it. Don't take it. This reminds me of game 1 or 2, right? Where Butcher and Synapse took a fight, and that fight led to the game changing. Like, imagine instead of 6 knights, if he had 20 pikes,
Oh, this
right?
this
Yeah, this is over. This is over.
he was okay. Synapse was not able to build his castle fast enough, but with these knights, he's just going to kill all these villagers,
Yep.
and that is going to be rough. I wonder if
Yeah.
the
Oh,
GGs are going to be called.
oh no, and he actually, he did. Yeah, there you go. Right. So it seems like the running theme is which fight do you take and with what units, right? That's the thing. In fact, if he wouldn't have destroyed that, he had more cover in that one. It's just tough. It was really, really tough. I think it came down to not walling the river, and he should have bought that castle and defended. Right? You can't wait. Like, Butcher is a beast, and he will just keep pushing you.
Yeah, I think maybe what could have happened is to your point, dropping a castle defensively or dropping a castle here so you have
Yeah.
some access to the gold because
Sure.
suddenly
Sure.
there was no gold.
Yeah.
Stonewall this part or try to defend this part while
Yeah.
these knights are still there, but do what you can to build a castle a little defensively.
Yeah.
Group,
Yeah. So the thing is, I wouldn't have minded. I don't mind the position he chose. I also he could have put it where you said in front of the golds. The main thing was to do it first.
yeah.
Right? And he was so close. Like, I would have just spent the 200 gold, bought the castle, hit it. So then when Butcher comes to castle drop, he's like, whoops, can't do that anymore. Right? And then he would have probably gone down south where he had his towers. And suddenly this area for you becomes safe. And the other part, like I said, like, don't spend on knights. It's way too expensive. You don't have the wills. Right? Just go for pikes. Right? Like, why not? Right? You save a bunch of resources, get to 3 TC, boom a little. Right? Look at the will diff, right? Like, after some deaths, obviously, it's 3370. So it's 1:2 almost. So yeah, that was rough. I think it just, yeah, if he had the wall, I think that would have helped. But yeah, that's the
40,
way the cookie crumbles.
43 kills for Butcher in
Butcher.
that game.
Wow, 43? What the F did he kill?
A lot of villagers, I guess.
Does Capture Age show you the split of like eco kills, is eco KD versus military KD and stuff?
I bet it does, but I have no idea how to see
I
that.
think it's in the bottom panel, not in the, oh, maybe in these, I don't know.
Let's see. Eco KD,
Yeah,
Synapse
there you
lost
go,
20
KD.
villagers.
Yeah, he lost 20 villages and 43 overall. So he lost 23 military units, 20 vills. So actually, that is pretty big, right? So that was the 53 to 70 villagers. So I didn't realize. I think I must have missed that part. He lost a lot of vills, it seems. So
It was less. Synapse had a will difference. Butcher had a significant will difference as he was clicking up.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, right? I think it started with the 18 click up, right?
Yep.
And then hoping to out aggro somebody with walls, right? Which obviously he did not know at that time. And when he got there, then it's like, oh, what do I do? The other guy. That's the thing, right? If somebody's going fast castle or something, then you want to make them pay, and he wasn't able to because of the walls. So well played.
Yeah, no, this was well played. I think it was rough. I think it was just the
Yeah,
strategy was there. I
yeah.
think Synapse wanted to do the 18 pop scout push,
But
hoping to
there is
do.
no 18 scout push from what I know.
Well, there is. 18 18 pop scout push with the Mongol hunt bonus. I think that's what Synapse was going
Ah,
for,
interesting.
and I think it was
Interesting.
just the wood that caused a little bit of an issue because I think I can go back. Let's see if we go back. So you will see Butcher still hasn't clicked up.
Hmm.
Synapse is 30 seconds away from feudal age. He doesn't have enough wood for his first stable, and he
Oh,
he
what did he
dropped
make right now?
the second lumber camp.
Oh, see that you see again. Why waste wood on a lumber camp for the tiny bit of
It's
efficiency?
it's an
I don't
archer
know.
thing, right? It's an archer
Yeah,
player
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. But the thing is, if you're going to do so he's not going archers, right? He's going
Yeah.
scouts.
So
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
now he doesn't have enough wood to
Oh,
build his
yeah,
stable, and Butcher still hasn't clicked up. Butcher is still a while away. Like Butcher is still a
yeah. See,
long way behind
yeah,
him. He's clicked up now, so
yep.
now the first stable. And by the time I think Butcher realized that Synapse clicked up, and Butcher is still in the
What?
middle of walling. I think
Yeah,
that
see,
was
but
the turning point in my mind.
yeah, and he realized, right? Hey, he's Mongols. He will come with scouts. He put 4 villagers on this, right? And if he obviously if Synapse had the wood, right, he would have had him base. So literally, that second lumber camp cost him so much. Yeah, so it's almost like a Huang thing, right? Like you want to go as lean as possible, right? Don't get eco techs, don't get extra lumber camp, just get the barrack, get your stable and 2 scouts out, right? Like you can see with Butcher, his wills are still collecting sheep. You're gonna kill all of that.
Yep,
So
exactly. Like there was just a lot of will
yeah,
kills. I think it was
yeah.
just a timing of the second lumber camp that.
Can you change to the map view with Synapse is seeing? I wonder if he sees those walls. Because that's the other thing, right? Nick, now he's got it, but if he knows Butcher has walls,
He
then
probably
I
knew
just want
about
to.
it because he had his.
Yeah, yeah. So he does, right? So if actually does he? I think
Yeah,
this is a different. No,
let,
I think
let's
this is
go
a
back.
different view. Because this is showing us the whole map. So I think this is not Synapse's view.
No, if you see the glowing
Yeah,
part, that is
yeah,
Synapse's view.
correct, right. Yeah, so they see in this, right? He doesn't know about the walls in the south, which is why I feel that that would have also been something good. Like since he had the 3 camels there, put them a little bit closer to the wall thing so that he can see if walls come up. But yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, see he did actually. See smart. Did you see in the north?
Yeah, he
He
can see
moved
it.
that camel. Yeah. So he actually did do that. So yeah, I think it's just a thing like that lumber camp not having the wall, some unfortunate luck there. But yeah, I think good overall. We get to see how aggressive Butcher is.
Yep, Butcher's been doing his castle drop thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
What do you want to do? Do you want to do the next game as well?
Let's do that next week when we do the last two. So then we can do the both of them in one shot. And I think friends are waiting as well.
Sounds good. Okay.
Cool. I will see you next week.